Hello, and welcome to another Shafer Rant. My name's Daniel. Now, before I start with the actual rant, I want to say that I know it's been a long time since I've posted anything to YouTube. It's been more than a year, but I've been busy. I've had, issues with work, health issues with myself and my family, and just a few other things that are completely beyond my control, and I didn't have the time. But another thing, though, that's happened since the last time I posted is I lost the job that I had. Now, I worked at the local Walmart for about 11 months, and I then needed to take medical leave. I had a mental breakdown, and I was out for a month. But not long after I started back up again, I was fired, which after talking to other people who used to work for Walmart, I found out that that's sort of the thing. If you go on medical leave for any reason other than, pretty much maternity leave, you're fired when you get back. It's just going to be a matter of time. Now, since then, the closest thing that I've been able to get to another job is, at the local bowling alley, and that lasted for about 2 weeks before they laid me off because summer is the slow time for them. The giant air-conditioned building with bowling and arcade machines and good music and pool tables and beer and food and all that, yeah, they're definitely going to be slow in the summer. Oh yeah. Whatever, though. But, of course, that's why I'm making this rant on jobs, or at least finding a job, which is hard anymore. It is. It's the economy isn't good. There are less jobs available, and unfortunately, also due to the economy, there's a higher unemployment rate, and that means that you now have fewer jobs available, but more people than usual searching for one, and that means that your chances have just gone down quite a bit. I know of a place here in the town that I live in. They're a very small company, and they had one position open up. And the only thing that they did for advertising that they were hiring was a small handmade sign that they taped into their window. It just said "Help Wanted." Now keep in mind, this is a minimum wage job, doesn't have a lot of hours in the week, and it's not really a very good job. But within a week, they had more than 600 people apply. And, I don't live in a very big town. There's only between 10 and 12,000 people here. And, if 600 people apply for that in a week, how are you supposed to get your name to stand out among that sea of applications? I had always been told that if you go and find, you're trying to find a job, after you give them your application or your resume, cover letter, whatever, is to always try and find someone who works there. But you want to find someone as far up in that food chain as you can. Try and find a floor manager or a shift manager, or if you're lucky, a GM. But I've noticed that, at least recently, most people just seem apathetic about it. And I'm not talking about the people looking for the job, I'm talking about the people looking to hire. Don't seem to care. Now, I don't know if it's that they just don't care about the quality of worker that they hire, or if it's they just don't care at all. But, I've been getting cookie-cutter responses every time, I get nearly the same response for every place I go to, and it's always the same thing. It's just, there's a hiring process that all the applicants have to go through. Just whenever it's done, if you're good enough, we'll give you a call, but don't call me, and now get the hell out of here because I don't want to see your face. That's what you get. But I had always assumed that, if a person had, the gumption to, not only apply, but go and find someone who works there, someone who would have some sort of pull as to whether or not, they got hired or not, I would think that would be a good person to hire. I mean, you have someone who not only, needs the job, but they want it, and they're willing to do what it takes. That's the makings of a great employee, but anymore it seems like no one cares. And, I think that's sad, But I can't do anything about that. Let's see. I've also noticed that with a lot of entry-level positions that I've seen ads for, either in the newspaper, online, or even over at the local employment offices, these entry-level positions. Now, I'd always assumed that entry-level would mean either your first few jobs, or at least your first job in that field, entry-level. But what I've noticed is that most of these entry-level jobs are requiring, 2 or 3 years worth of experience, if not more. Well, how are you supposed to, get into that field of work, if you can't get the entry-level job? You need the experience to get the job, but you need the job to get the experience. That's just a little circle that you can't escape from. The only way that I can see that you could get hired is if you already worked in that field for 3, 4, 5 years, or what have you, and you have the experience. But if I had worked in a field for a few years, well, surely by then you're going to be making more money. You might get a raise or promotion of some sort. But if I had been working there and then I got fired, and the only thing I could find is another entry-level position, I'd go apeshit, personally. I mean, that's years down the drain anymore. But that's just another thing that you have to deal with anymore. It seems like bosses don't want to hire. There are so many people out there, it's just hard to even get your name out. And, entry-level jobs are impossible to get for anyone who, would be looking for an actual entry-level job. But what can you do? I'm going to end the video by saying that if, you are like me and you're trying to find a job, I know it's hard as shit right now. But, keep trying, and good luck to you all. And that's going to be the end of this rant.